Personally, I tried that business.
Are you
Yes,
so I was talking to someone who knows the business.
Yeah, it's very lucrative. It even lends out money at exorbitant, interest rates.
Wow.
Very high, almost twice the bank. And you know how it works?
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are most welcome. And of course, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sparing your time to come and watch this video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing as well. And also share this amazing content with all your friends and family. We are on a road to 20k subscribers because this is our journey. We need a bigger family, guys, right? So share with your friends, and also give the video a thumbs up before even you start watching, because we have so much in store for you. So well guys, I'm super excited to have this interesting topic because of one of you who requested for this. We're discussing a very special topic for you with our amazing friend here, Maskman. I would like him to introduce himself much better.
Hi everyone.
Hey, Maskman, introduce yourself. It's not your first time being here.
Hi everyone. I know I'm now a regular face here. My name is Dr. Mask, aka Maskman. I'm very glad to be here at the Be Until Life Lane again and again. For the new subscribers, like she mentioned, kindly, if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing.
Wow.
Hit on that button.
Please, thank you so much. Thank you for telling them that.
Yeah. And don't forget to share these videos to your friends, to your family, and everyone in your network. You never know what the information might benefit them. Am I right?
Of course, it's all beneficial because we do only informative content here. We want everyone to learn something from whatever we put up on YouTube, on social media, or even YouTube, anywhere you get this video. So guys, let's just jump into the topic. Enough of the introduction. So guys, today we are going to be discussing, I know you clicked this video because you wanted to know some of these businesses that we're going to be talking about. So today we are going to be talking about some of the businesses that you should not start. Should I say you shouldn't start, or highly risky businesses to start. High risk businesses to start in Uganda, because this came from one of you, that is Rose A on YouTube. She asked a question in the last live stream asking whether she could start a border business. So I thought it well to talk about businesses that are really risky, that have red flags. Of course, all businesses are very risky. By the time you start a business, you should be knowing that there are risks, okay? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's very good to know.
And every business has risks. But how are you going to handle these risks? How are you going to do your research better to make sure that you avoid some of these bad things to happen whenever you're going to start a business? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's very prudent. Well, even when we speak about the businesses that are high risk, there are people who have actually benefited from them.
Who have benefited by the way. That is so true.
It's very important to know that what we tell you is not like gold standard. Can't be changed. It can be modified.
It can be modified. You can be able to do it better.
Exactly. If you know, first thing, if you have the interest.
Yeah.
Two, if you do your background check and homework proper, these businesses some of us have had bad experiences with your breadwinner. Can make you a millionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are our personal experiences. We know some of you could have experienced the same or slightly different, and this is a rich discussion. We can freely interact and share.
Exactly. And of course, if you have also some businesses you've tried before and you feel like someone should know about it and maybe do more research on it before you start off, leave your comments down below, because this is a time for us to share ideas and also to learn from one another, right? So let's jump. We just have a few of them that we wanted to discuss because of time. It is lockdown here and Maskman has to rush to his place before curfew, before he's caught down. Yeah, so we put down some few of them right here. That's why you're seeing this book just right here with us. But let's start with Rose. Of course, she asked whether she wanted to start a boda business in Uganda. Maskman, what do you think about the boda business in Uganda? The boda business is the motorcycles. Yeah.
Yeah, the motorcycles, those motorcycle riders, but paid for.
Before you give your point, motorcycles is the major means of transport that we use here, right? The mode of transport that we use here most of the time. Yeah, so most people use bodas. If you go to the city center or the suburbs, you're going to definitely find so many bodas. Like, people use bodas all the time. Like, movement is it is one of the fastest means of transport. It is something that you can easily get anywhere. You don't have to make an appointment
out of
your house. You get a boda. So definitely it is something that is really so common. So for someone to start off a boda business, it is a good idea, I think. But just give us your opinion about boda business.
Well, let me pull up a little history. Back in the early 2000s, I think that's when bodas came to Uganda. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s.
My father actually ventured so fast into that business.
Wow.
He actually bought 4 bodas.
Okay.
By then, it was a lucrative business. Now, in the beginning, it was, rewarding. He earned the money that he had planned to get out of the boda. But along the way, things turned for the worse.
Wow.
Yeah. So what happened is, these gentlemen continued to ride the motorcycles. They continued to earn the money because it's their daily source of income.
Yeah.
And they would not remit the funds. You understand? Yeah. Your boda is out there working money. Whether it's working or not, one of the challenges is ability to track the performance of the
bike.
Yeah. Once you can't know where a motorist is, where they are, where the motorist is located, where they are going, how many trips they are making, how much is each trip, it's kind of tricky if yourself you're not in the business. You understand? You're outside the boda, you don't ride a motorcycle.
The motorcycle.
There's a lot of gimmicks that you will not know.
You will not know.
And you're gonna end up losing your money. You end up cheated or even losing the boda itself. Speaking about safety in Uganda, you've heard of incidents where there are shootings.
Yeah, shootings, yeah.
And it happens mostly by
boda guys.
Cyclists. Yeah, guys pull over on someone on a boda. And then, so for that reason, the government is also, becoming more strict
on them.
Yes. They do organize operations, periodically, to just take boda decongest, maybe kind of decongest the city.
And most of them are not even registered,
Exactly. So venturing in a boda business, I think would be a high risk for some of those reasons that I have mentioned.
I think we need to give them the positive and the negative side. Then someone will be able to do their research better. Because the positive bit of it, I know boda business, they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
they have clients. The positive side, they have clients everywhere. You can a boda guy, like a trip to nearby place, like how many kilometers to Akasha? How many kilometers are those?
Akasha here is a few kilometers, like 1.5 kilometers.
1.5 kilometers, but from here to that side, they take you at 3,000 Uganda shillings for that for 1.5 kilometers. So if someone is taking longer routes, of course, someone will make more money. So 3,000, I would definitely leave the USD so that you can convert and know. Then in a day, these guys really make a lot of money, because if you're taking a client to a certain destination, from that place, you get someone else. So people use these bodas more frequently than anything else in Kampala, especially in the city center. So money is there. You definitely get your money out of what you invested already. Then also another advantage of boda. People love boda rides here because it's very convenient, it's very fast. So you definitely know that your boda is going to work.
And speaking of another advantage, it's relatively cheaper to other means of the initial cost of a boda is quite lower than what you'd compare to a car. Yeah, because people do cars for.
How much is the boda? if you're to...
Currently, I'm not so sure, but it's between 4 and 5 million shillings currently in Uganda. So acquiring one boda is cheaper than acquiring a car. Yes. So even the maintenance costs are low.
Yeah.
Repairing or servicing it is really
fueling
really
it
cheap.
Is very cheap.
Yeah, it's very fuel efficient. Someone needs very little fuel to get around the city. So speaking of advantages, it is really a cheap venture that you can
start,
get into if you have some capital pulled together.
But the risks are really high. I have an example. I think I spoke about this in the last live stream. If you missed out, my auntie had started a boda business. She got her different boda guys. She bought her motorcycles. She gave to random guys to drive, so that at least give her some money at the end of the day.
Every day, yeah.
So
that's the beautiful thing about a boda. You get paid daily.
Daily. But of course, you know how these guys are. So it was so inconveniencing to tell them to bring the money every day. Maybe sometimes she's not at home. So she was like, just bring for me every week. But I need per day this amount of money that you're going to bring. Then the rest of it that you're going to make, you will definitely keep it to yourself. So of course the boda guy will definitely work so hard to make sure that he has worked for his boss and is going to keep the rest to himself. So what happened is, the stress that I used to see her go through was when these guys fail to bring the money or they bring less money. And the excuses were more than anything else. They would tell her, maybe I got an accident, I had to go to the garage. Maybe they arrested me, I had to pay a bribe from the money that I had worked for that day. Then there were so many excuses. They will tell you, I got an accident with someone, I knocked someone, so I had to pay part of the money that I worked for that day. That's why the money. So still, it is really a very risky business. That's what I should say about boda, because you're not the person who is riding this bike. You can't. And even remember, you know how people carelessly use things they've never bought.
Exactly. That is something I want to talk about. The way someone will ride your boda.
People ride recklessly.
It can be, a quickest means of you losing your boda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the accident and the rate of boda accidents is really so high here. So someone may ride it even for a week and never bring it back and tells you it is
speaking
done.
About even accidents, there is also a huge risk of theft, robbery. Yeah, there are people, when they see a new boda, they will take it. I hear say they sell those new bodas to Congo, a neighboring country.
Really?
Yes. So most likely, if it's a brand new boda, someone may ride it for a week, a month, and it will be gone. Yes, they will, most of them be like, take me here, and then hit you on the head and take the boda. So the incidents of boda robbery are also on the increase in the country for the reason that there is ready market in Congo.
Market for it.
And many people who buy these bodas don't even bother to put trackers onto them. You cannot know where boda is at any time. Unlike the technology that has come with people who own cars. So for boda something needs to be done. So if you're willing to start a boda business, this is what you need to look at. And maybe, can we talk about how one can minimize the risks?
Okay, yes.
I was one time riding with a boda. So I had, that little chat you have with someone randomly. He actually asked me to buy him a boda.
Okay.
I was like, how is this gonna work? I can't get my 4-5 million, just give it to you
randomly.
I don't know where you stay. I don't know how you'll be paying me. I don't know how dependable you are. And he suggested something for me. Bodas can be given on credit.
Okay.
The sellers, the companies that sell bodas.
Oh, I've seen. What is this? Tugende.
Yes, there is
Tugende.
This is one advantage if you want to venture in the boda business. You can go deposit a certain amount of money. They give you the boda, and as it works for you, you continue to remit the installments.
I've seen that.
The same thing can happen. Because that is a business for a company. It comes with a lot of interest. So some boda cyclists resort to that. Go get with a one-off deposit and keep remitting monthly, weekly, or daily, depending on the agreement. But the interest rate is way high for them. Okay. So what they do, they come to you, an individual who can afford to buy them that boda. So you buy it for them, but actually you're selling it to them. Like you buy the boda 5 million for installment, give it to this gentleman, and he has to pay you back the
within
5 million
period of time
with interest. Yeah, with interest. So you can agree.
How much is the interest? Like, how much is it? Like 10%?
It's generally an agreement between
the two
of you. Yeah, you can tell him, I want 7 million from my boda. And you tell him after he pays to the mark of 7 million, he can own the boda. That has motivated many boda cyclists and many businessmen have actually benefited that way than you continuously owning the boda when someone is right. Yeah. So the odds are, if you continue to own it, this man can ride it for a year maximum 2, and the boda is totally gone, dilapidated. You can't have nothing. But because it's not theirs, they don't care. But if he knows he's riding to own, they call it ride to own. He's riding to own. He will take good care of this boda because he knows at the end of the day he's working to own something for himself. So he will be more dependable. He'll pay your money without you looking for him, because he knows once he doesn't commit the money as per agreement, you're gonna come and take the boda. But it's usually a deferred payment, not a higher purchase. So that way you can minimize the risks and ensure your money back plus some interest out of it. That is a good idea. Yeah. Thank you for that. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even know that. I'm also learning, guys. And another thing I know about boda business is you need to get someone that you trust. You can't just pick someone randomly from the streets or someone who just comes for help. Because people, when someone needs help, they'll be so desperate. They will tell you all sorts of things, and you feel so sympathetic for them. So you need to get someone at least you've known for some good time, because at least they work for some time. Because most of them really change along the way. So you get someone you trust, someone you've known, someone you can easily track. Because these guys can disappear with your boda in case you give them to start the business. That is true.
So get someone you trust so well, so that you can be able to run business so well, because it's very profitable but very risky, right? I think we've handled this so well. So if you have any comment or anything to say about it, please leave your comment down below. These are our personal experiences and this is our personal view. So leave your comment and what you think about it as well in the comment section. Let's go to the next point, the highly risky business again that we should really talk about. Let's talk about mobile money business. Mobile money business. Yeah. Let's first introduce a little bit of
this works.
Yeah. Okay. You can introduce Masman.
So when we talk about mobile money in Uganda, this is a means of quickly transferring money from one user to another who has a registered mobile number.
Yeah.
So I can be here in Kampala and send money to my mother in the village within a click of just a button on my phone. It has ranges of amounts from 500 shillings and it can go up to, I think, 7 million.
Yep.
Nowadays, when in the comfort of your sitting. So it's like a money transfer business or venture or enterprise
through your phone.
Through your phone, of course. So how this works is the service providers, like
the telecom
companies, they do contract out agents, because how do you get the money on your phone? You go to an agent and they deposit the money onto your phone. You give them the cash, they give you the credit via mobile money. Then you can. But for every transaction that they do make, they get a margin.
They get a commission.
They get a margin, yes. So it's that margin that works as their profits. So literally, this margin differs from the amount you're transacting, but every transaction usually has a margin that someone earns from the telecom company. So the more number of transactions you make, the bigger the amounts, the more you are going to benefit from the venture.
That is so true.
And usually here in Uganda, people have small shops. Others have a one-stand stall where they, your business is basically your phone, the lines in, and then the money that is on. Sometimes you need to have some cash because one will need to transfer the money from mobile money and turn it into cash. So you need to cash it out.
Yeah, true.
Generally, that's how the mobile money business works around Uganda. Now, these telecom companies have even increased their scope to outside Uganda.
Yeah, you can be able to transfer
mobile money in Kenya, mobile money in other neighboring countries, Tanzania.
And even relatives abroad can transfer money to someone's phone through mobile money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
if you're
word
out
remit,
there,
you can be able to do that. Sendwave, you can be able to receive money or to your phone through mobile
or
money.
to anyone's phone number. The bank account is just your cell phone number.
Exactly. And you can transfer money from your from your phone to your bank account, and also from your bank account to your mobile money.
Very true. This has been, thanks to technology, it has been interlinked. You have your money on mobile money and you want to transfer it to your account, bank account, there's that wallet transfer. And the same applies from bank to your mobile money wallet. So really, this is
a very good business. Like, it's a very good business if you're an agent, like he has already said. Like, they've outsourced to this agent. So these agents here who are working, to help the customers outside in different suburbs are really getting a lot of money, because the more transactions you make, the more money you'll be able to get. So why are we saying that is a highly risky business? It involves money. Everything that involves money, hard money, cash is something that is really so risky. So in Uganda, why we should say that it's profitable. We have already said it's a highly profitable business. You will make lots of money from this thing, but it's highly risky when you start doing it here. Why? Because if you're going to start your stall, because most of them have these containers, what are they called? Kiosks. Yeah, they have kiosks that they sit in. Of course, they wait for their customers to come here. Most of the challenges that I've seen that really happen are the conmen. There's so many conmen who come and just steal these guys. Because most of the people, if you start off your mobile money business, most of the people give this maybe students to run the business or someone else to run for them the business.
It's kind of very informal sector kind of employment. So the people employed there at a certain level,
So they employ other people. You open up, you give them the money, but you of course run over the overall management is you, but you give someone to be there at the forefront. So these guys who run these businesses are really conned so much. I used to work with a telecom company, but most of the cases that we used to have were the conmen. Like, these people are conned day and night. Someone goes to you to a kiosk, maybe goes to a shop, tells you, I need to deposit money. I want to deposit money on my phone. Maybe tells you, I have 1 million shillings to deposit. And most people come with fake money, fake cash. So if this person does not know that this money is fake, will deposit genuine money on their account.
And you know what?
And they disappear. They give you fake money. By the time you see the money, it is fake at the end of it all.
I've seen very few money detectors with mobile money agents.
Yeah, there are few of them. Apart from the banks, these mobile money agents do not have the money, apart from a few of them. So that is one of the challenges I used to hear about it. Then also people coming to tell you, like, okay, I'm sending money to someone else, please put this amount of money. So in that process, he just gets you a message or sends you like a message that, okay, this money has been deducted from. I don't know how they really, I think they use even magic sometimes on this guy. It's a connection, I think, because these people work hand in hand with this other person, like on the other end, and say that, okay, I've sent you money. Then they send you a message that you have deducted this amount on your phone. So within a few minutes, you check, oh, I've already, so put in your PIN, or someone even doesn't put in a PIN number. That is another thing, but sends you a message and shows you a message on their phone that I have sent you money. For you, who is so reckless not to check your account balance, yes, you will not be able to check how much you have received on your account, and you disappear. So there are so many scenarios. Another thing that I've seen about mobile money is robbery. Haven't you heard about robbery cases? That is, I think, the number one thing about it.
Someone will trail you because, when they come around to make transactions, kind of you draw the money from somewhere, and they will try as much as possible to see how much is there. They want to see how much cash you do have. So there are those mobile money shops that are strategically located, and they must have cash on them because of the nature of the businesses around. So many incidents have happened. Mobile money agents have been trailed from their kiosk to a dark spot, gunned down, then they take all the money. Yeah, very risky. Very
and I've
dangerous.
seen so many in news, like how someone was put on a gunpoint to give them the money. If you don't release the money, you're taken. Or even when someone is taking the money, there are these very busy places whereby they get a lot of cash and they maybe go to the bank to bank this money, and you are trapped on the road because they know that you're taking money. Maybe they monitor you closely on how you're running your business, how you're transferring money, and most of the people here just walk with the money in their bags to the bank.
That is true.
So it is really so risky for someone to do that, but most people do it here. They know that, okay, the bank is just nearby here, I'm just going to bank this money, then come back and continue with my business. So these are some of the red flags that someone needs to work upon in case you want to start it off, because it's highly profitable but also highly risky. I think we should have said that most businesses that are risky are very profitable.
They are very profitable. They are higher the risk,
the higher the money.
Profit.
That is so true. What else do you think about mobile money? I think that is majorly it.
I think, I personally appreciate, the telecom companies for venturing into such
initiative.
Because imagine, banks are very scarce in Uganda. We don't have as many point of sales where you can
that is so true. I think that is something that our business idea, this is now of just an advice, piece of advice. I think point of sale is something that we really lack more in this country.
Too much,
most people do not use their cards to swipe most of the time. Most people have bank accounts. We have all the bank accounts. We have even Visa accounts here. But people are not knowledgeable, like to use their their cards to swipe or maybe use for payments. Most people prefer even now mobile money businesses. So that is something for someone to do something about it, or maybe try to invent something that can be able to educate our population about
the population, and then earn a margin from that.
Earn something.
It's a nice
from it.
business idea.
It's a nice one.
I was saying I'm so grateful to mobile money. If you can try and do, your research, and most of these risky businesses, the risk even goes higher when you're not there personally.
That is so true.
When there's someone, like you mentioned, many people here, when you go to a mobile money shop, you find a lady aged between 17 to 20.
They're young,
just getting introduced into the employment sector. Most of them have just relocated to a more busy
or even just freshly graduated,
and they are very naive. And I'm telling you, these robbers know how to take them process by process until they
one funny story I remember when I was still working with MTN. Someone said, and it is something that is really common. They have their tricks. Con men have their tricks,
Yeah.
Then what happened? This lady said, this guy came, he was a pastor. This guy dressed like a pastor, like a reverend. So it was like, please put for me money on this number. He parked a car. In fact, he came with this car to the kiosk. So I was like, please park for me. Please put for me some money on my account. I need to make some transactions. So the lady asked for the money, was like, I'm going to give it in the car. I just wanted to know whether you had enough float. So you put for me on this number. So of course, because this person is a reverend, the way they are dressed, you feel like maybe I can trust. Yes, I trust this person.
Yeah.
The guy drove off. When he went to the car, he drove off.
He was just gone. I remember also one time, it wasn't intentional. I went to a mobile money shop. I wanted to withdraw money from the mobile to cash. So the lady I found there made the transaction. Somehow, I don't remember very well if I received a confirmation message, but she did the transaction. I punched in a PIN, and ideally when you punch in a PIN, the transfer should get completed. But sometimes due to network challenges, you may punch in a pin and the transaction is not completed. So along the, if someone sees you punching in your pin and you confirm, they will start counting the money and hand it to you, because they have seen you punching in the pin, and automatically the assumption is the transaction will get completed. And you know, after traveling, I was in Jinja. I traveled to Mbale. Reaching to Mbale the following day, the lady called me. She was like, the transaction
wasn't successful.
I need you to please
help me.
Money. I'm telling you, if I wasn't a person who is trustworthy, she had lost the money. This is how most of those con men do. They come, pretend like, and back then, I think even if you had put in a wrong pin, you would get a successful transaction message, but then the transaction wouldn't. The money would not be transferred. But you first get a message that, you know, success. And I think that's how con men are
successfully doing that.
Yeah. and even then, many people used to send money to wrong numbers.
Yeah, true. That is so true.
Thanks to the improvement now.
Whereby the name is being displayed.
Verifications. Now there's that security check, and but by and large, mobile money venture, by the nature of the employees that they use, by the nature that cash is there, people know you have it.
You have the cash.
It is highly risky. Actually, it can lead to even many people have lost their lives.
Because of that.
Trail you, kill you, take the money.
But it's highly profitable because these people make lots of money out of the business.
I know of a small stall, very small like this. This was a friend of mine. He had 2 lines, 2 mobile money numbers, but he could make really good money. He was in a busy area, but in a day he could make $100 USD in about a space of 8-6 hours. That's good money down here.
That is good money here for sure. Wow, that is really so interesting. Hope you've learned. Of course, you were saying all businesses are risky, but there are some that are really highly risky, but of course highly profitable. So you need to first do your background checks properly, do your research better, and so that you can be able to fix these loopholes, right? Because we are here just to expose a few loopholes that you can be able to fix so that you can benefit.
If you have experience out there, please
leave your comment as well, because we need to learn from you so that someone can maybe have an idea of how to fix something like that if they're thinking of doing such business. So let's go to another point. We had thought about money lending. Money lending is one common business that people are doing here, but it's also very risky. It is profitable, but very risky. People mostly have projects that they need to do, but maybe you have a project, but the money is not available at that point, but you need someone to help you. So there are companies, there are credit companies that help to lend the money. Then of course you pay later after a certain agreement already signed. Have you had any experience about money lending?
Yes, and entirely. Banks also lend money, but they don't go through as much. I think one of the huge risks is you lend someone the money on an agreement.
Of course.
And here in Uganda, did you know there's a law that regulates money lending? If you are to lend money to anyone, you must be a registered money lending company. Now, many elites know about that, and he will come to you in the name of borrowing, you lending them money, and they know you're not a registered company. In that, if this guy defaults to pay, you cannot prosecute him before court, because he clearly knows you don't have a money lending license. So they take that advantage. And 2, these money lenders, in most cases, some people don't take mortgage. Like there's no security.
There's no security at all.
Write an agreement, people, somehow trust the agreement. My handwriting is there, witnesses.
But even the security, the ones I've seen who are to borrow money, they tell you I have a TV, I have
someone will give you their TV.
The TV, I have a fridge, I have a property that
somehow not worthy the money that they are taking. And somehow, money lenders, because they're looking at that profit, they give out their money and take the security, worthy or unworthy. So that becomes a problem. I have experiences. But personally, I tried that business.
Are you Please tell. So I was talking to someone who knows the business.
You know, it's very lucrative. It even lends out money at exorbitant, interest rates.
Wow.
Very high. I have almost twice authorized the bank. And you know how it works? You come to me a month. I need
I've been talking to someone who knows.
I need a 20% interest on the premium that you've taken. And the money lenders are kind of tricky. They know you might fail to pay the whole amount plus the interest at once. So he will tell you, if you cannot pay back the whole money, just give me the interest of a 20%, run for another month. So kind of, if I gave you $1 million, end of the month, only give me the 200,000 because it's a 20%. Give me the interest, keep the 1 million. Next month,
how?
Give me. So yes, because every month the interest runs monthly.
Okay.
So if you give me the interest, it will be like I've given you the premium again. So I won't demand for the 1 million. I'll let you run for it. But if you cross into one day into another month, you will have to pay another 20%. You see, that's how it is. So if you keep my money for 3 months or 5 months, actually, I have gotten back all my premium and all that you have. My money has doubled literally. If you keep it for 5 months,
Wow.
It's crazy. So that kind of keeps the borrower hopeful that I'll get more money next month and clear. So somehow, they get into the inertia of paying the interest until they get to their senses to I've actually paid back all the premium this guy gave me, and they'll be like, I've given you all your money back. Don't owe me nothing. I don't owe you nothing. And that's how you're going to lose. You're going to lose your money. It's very risky.
God, it's so risky.
I've seen friends. I lent money to 2 people. They were my friends.
How did you end the business?
Oh my Jesus. The first one who was half they gave me a blow to the ground. I gave them some money. I had been lending them for over 3-4 times, so there was that kind of trust. Sometimes we would not even write agreements.
You just say, this one pays, this is a good
so they keep increasing the amount, the premium little by little. They come for $100, $200, $300, like that, and they pay back. So when it gets to about 500, 1,000, nigga will not come back. That one disappeared with my money. The second one was, a very close friend. Gave him the money, he got a scholarship, relocated to another country. Until today, I've never gotten the money back. Those were 2 huge blows that
So how did you shut the business? It's still working? After
losing money on those 2 occasions, it was big money. I decided to reduce it. I enjoyed the profit. Imagine that was a good passive income. It was a good passive income, I'm telling you. When the business was working well, I was a happy man. I knew at the end of the month, I'm doubling my money. I'm doubling my money. It was worth it, but very risky. Actually, it reached a time when all the money they had given me over the 5-6 months, was taken at once. So it's really risky. If you're looking into money lending, you need to up your game first. Like we said, it's not that our experiences are experiences for everyone else. There are people out there who are earning big, reaping big from money lending, But you need to up your game, know what you must do, know who you should lend money. The processes, so you can have...
so which processes do you think? Which processes did you go to?
It was informal. I just started, in my social networks. I have some cash on me that is seated. I need to if you're in trouble, come for a quick bailout at a small interest rate,
Yeah.
That's
because even with my friend, it was like informal. Something like that.
It was like a snowball. One person brings another until the chain was, he led out to 5.
Like, if you're solid, just go to Maskman.
So the snowball worked until it broke my back completely.
That is so really absurd.
Yeah. So
that is it.
Yeah, that is it.
If you have your experiences, please share them as well with us, because we need to hear from you as well. Then another business we were talking about was the retail business. Retail business, I think, really works. Is it really so risky?
This is how it becomes very risky. actually, most of these businesses that we're talking about, except the money lending, that one is kind of, unique. If you to start a retail shop, the profit margin is less.
Yeah, it is not really that
At
much.
retail, you don't get that much money. The margin is quite less for most of the commodities that I know here in Uganda. So if you are not there to monitor, or if you don't have a strong monitoring system, losing, even a few bucks poses a great risk.
Yeah, that is so
it's a
true.
negative growth to the business. Somehow you may end up realizing that you are losing money after
Sometime.
the stock is gone.
Yeah, that is so true, because
don't
I've realized,
have
I
money
think
to
one of my
restock.
aunties had a shop, but most of the time she would stock, but the profit that she would get was really so little out of it, because this person who used to work, because they had just hired someone from the village to come and operate. To come and operate the shop. So of course she was operating the business, but most of these guys, of course, some of them even chase away your customers because they hike the price of everything in the shop because they need a profit margin, because that you need profit out of everything that you've stocked in the shop. So these ones will be able to increase their own price so that they can get something from it. So most of the customers who come in will be like, okay, these things are really expensive. Oh, this shop is really expensive for me. Let me try elsewhere. So those are the people who can be able to destroy your business. So if you're not the one running the business yourself, like a retail business in town or in any suburb around, you need to do something for yourself, because these people are not trustworthy. Someone can just spoil it for yourself. In case you want maybe passive income, you're not there actively involved, you need to at least have a monitoring system to monitor everyone, or put at least 2 people that you trust in the shop to run it for you. That's what I'm thinking. Then you also talked about the taxi business. I think that is our last point, because that is our last point, because the video is really so long. If you want part 2, then we shall be able to do it. The taxi business is almost the same as the border business, because most of these guys are very, very tricky people. You buy your taxi, because taxis are means of transport that we have here. Taxis are everywhere. And
maybe for some people out there, some of our taxis carry more, they have vans and minivans. They carry a range of from 2 to 14 passengers. Not like the taxis in America where you're two,
only two,
or one people.
So you make a lot of money, because depends on the routes that you're using. The people who you go longer routes, like up country, from Kampala to up country, you make a lot of money. I've had conversations with some of them, and they really make a lot of money. Then if you have maybe short distances within, these ones who move within the city center, within the suburbs, those ones also make a lot of money from these people, because they are available everywhere. But the challenge is these guys become tricky. Like you said earlier on, like they work for you for a short time, they're good, they bring for you the money, but later on people change, because they're working towards a goal. They have, most of them, if you get them a taxi, they work for you, but they have also a goal of buying their own. That's why you say that if you're to get someone like a taxi, they have to work for it, like to earn it, like the way you said with the border guys. Work to own. Drive to own. So basically, that's what I think. What do you think about the taxi business? Just to wrap it up.
Taxis, like you mentioned, are equally tricky compared to borders. And 2, now they are here in Uganda. Taxes are going higher. New taxes are being introduced almost on an annual basis on top of what is already existing.
What is already there?
I've had taxi owners and drivers complaining about the heavy taxes. Imagine if you're to pick a passenger from a stage, there are people to get a margin. If, for example, moving from here to they'll charge you a margin. Go to the loading area, you'll pay the money. There's the authority.
I've seen them on the highway whenever we're going to Luweero. Those guys on the roadside.
Yes. So there's a lot of taxes, the formal and the informal. And many owners and drivers complain that in the day they end up working for taxes.
For nothing.
What would go in their pocket goes into those formal and informal taxes. So I think that is about the taxes. And they also have a high risk of robbery. The market is open to the neighboring countries, especially I've had people talk about DRC.
DRC is so common for, I don't know why all our people who steal anything from here, the rumor, that is what I hear, quickly go to Congo. What is happening?
I don't know. Is
it so easier to just cross to Congo and
I'm not so sure, but I think
stolen cars are taken away.
I think the border is so porous.
Within no minute, but it's in Congo.
It is in Congo, yeah. I think the border is so porous. People know of, those shortcuts to cross and take stolen things from here. And by the fact that there is ready money on the other side, someone ready to purchase the commodity, there is ready market. So I think
Congolese love buying things from Uganda. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can do some more research.
We need to do more research about that.
Into that. Yeah.
Because there are so many Congolese in this country.
Yeah. That's a huge risk. And like you mentioned, for the long route taxis from here to Mbale, there are high risks of accidents.
Oh, that is another thing.
Because these guys have to overspeed.
Those guys
to make it in time. They want to make like 2 turns, go and come back. So it's a long journey. They take long waiting hours to load the taxis. So they end up somewhere having to overspeed on the road, and that directly increases the risk of accidents. If your taxi is not comprehensively insured, you may actually lose everything. The taxi, the driver, and the people. Yeah. So by and large, that's what I can add on to what you mentioned about taxis.
Wow, that is so interesting. Thank you so much, Maskman, for coming to to do a video with me today. It is locked down and people are not even moving, but he took the risk to come here. But all the views that were expressed on this show were our personal views. Of course, every business is very, very risky. And of course, for you to start a business, the risks that are already there. But these are some of the businesses that we thought we should share with everyone out there, because we think they're a bit more risky than, they're really more risky. And of course, we want to also educate you on how you can be able to manage some of them, because the more risks you take, the more profit margins you definitely get, because these businesses that we've talked about are highly profitable but also risky at some point. So all the red flags that we've mentioned that we've pointed out are some of the things that you need to look at so that you can be able to correct them in case you're starting off a business of the kind, isn't it?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, but all views are our personal views. If you have anything to correct or maybe add on, please leave your comments down below, because we shall definitely appreciate your feedback as well, because this is what we do on this channel. So guys, thank you so much, Maskman Bambi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. We hope to see you next time as well. If you have any video suggestions that you need us to discuss with him as well, please leave your comments down below. He will definitely come back. I'll invite him again. He will take the risks of coming to do a video with us.
The higher the risk, the larger the benefit.
The benefits. So we shall definitely do the video next time with also other people whom we shall be able to invite on the show. But thank you guys so much. Hope you found something really informative or anything new or anything that you had to learn from this video. Give us a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. Please subscribe, because we're on a road to 20k subscribers. Please just do it for B&T Lifeline, because we are here to share ideas and also give you informative content. And also share with all your friends. Share with your friends and families. Maskman, also share with your friends, right?
I'm share with everyone.
Go and share with your friends and family. Yeah, share with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. Tell them B&T. Have you heard of this B&T show or B&T Lifeline YouTube channel? Yeah. We have a lot from real estate, lifestyle, and also farming. So you definitely have a variety of content to look out for. So guys, thank you so much. We love you. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.